Now, what if I told you that if you did this one thing and you did it the right way, it is more likely that you're going to get the woman of your choice to emotionally be attached to you and invested in you? I'm pretty sure you're more than likely to do that one thing. Now let's go ahead and cover exactly what that one thing is. What's going on, guys? My name is Assam from dopelifecoaching.com, and today I'm going to be talking about how to get her emotionally invested and attached. Now, for all your first timers on my channel who want consistent updates on everything dating and relationships related, make sure you smash that subscribe button and you also hit the bell icon so that you don't miss a single thing. So here's what I want to talk about. It's called the domino effect, where if you do this one thing, it can lead to a series of chain reactions and even bigger things if, of course, you do it the right way. Now, here's how it relates to women. If you can get a woman to agree with you or agree to do something with you, just say yes, you increase the chances of her saying yes and agreeing with you to do things that are even better and more effective. The idea is it's a domino effect. You get her to say once, twice, 3 times. She gets used to saying yes to you, and in the future, she gets used to saying yes to even more better and bigger things to do with you. And that's ultimately what you want, right? Nobody wants to deal with a girl who's a 24/7 headache and just a hard ass to deal with. No, you shouldn't even be considering women like that. Now, here's a good way to do this if you really want to get a woman emotionally attached and invested in you. And by the way, guys, as a side note, I don't want you doing this to manipulate women just for the sake of manipulation and getting in their pants. No, you shouldn't be doing that to begin with. I only recommend you do this if you want genuine connection with a woman and you want her to invest in you because you think that you two really connect and you're a good match. But anyways, here it is. As you go on a date with a woman and you see that you two are both in rapport, by the way, if you don't know how to gauge that yet, how to tell if you and a woman are in rapport, there's a video right here that explains exactly that, and I recommend you watch it if you haven't already before watching the rest of this video. But anyways, after rapport has been established throughout the date, you tell her, tell you what, I want to play a fun game with you. You'd like it, I'm sure. More than likely, she's going to agree. Now, when she does agree, the game is called Would You Rather. The game basically is about, would you rather do this or would you rather do that? And you don't want to be boring with it. You want to get creative. You want to think of creative ideas. Now, after a couple of back and forth with her, what you want to do is you want to ask her a question that will intrigue her and hopefully get her to say yes to your advances. And here's what I recommend. You tell her, would you rather kiss me slow and passionately or all hot and heavy? More than likely, she's not going to answer. She's going to be like, oh my God, stop. She might blush a little. She might just turn the other way and just turn red. But you got to stand your ground. Tell her you didn't answer the question. And then she's either going to do one of 2 things. She's either going to answer the question, which in that case, you should accept that as an invitation for later on in the date to kiss her. Don't just give her what she wants right away, and also might catch her off guard. And number 2, she refuses to budge. Now, if she refuses to budge, also, you want to sprinkle in some sexual innuendos again, just like you did the first time. And you're going to have to tell her something like, I guess I'm just going to have to spank you for that. I owe you a spanking since you didn't agree to my advances. And then see how she reacts. More than likely, she's just going to giggle and be like, you're crazy. Something like that. And then after that, don't just keep pushing it, but just see what happens. As long as she's continuing seeing you and she's still on the date with you, that still means that she's interested in some way, shape, or form. And you should take that as an invitation to escalate later on in the date. And also, guys, I forgot to add something. When you get her to agree to play the game with you, make sure she agrees that neither of you are going to judge one another at all. Now, notice how after you got her to agree to do those things, notice how many times you got her to agree with you. She said yes, not to judge. She said yes to play the game. And maybe, hopefully, she said yes to kiss you to one of the 2 choices because you only gave her 2 choices. Now, what that's going to do, it's going to lead to a chain reaction. Now, unless she's a totally boring girl, she'll be more likely open to your advances. And that's exactly why you should kiss her by the end of the date, before you and 2 part ways, at least. And then after that, when you two part ways, what you want to do is you don't want to call her right after or text her right after. Maintain a bit of a distance. Wait a couple days before calling her. And hopefully, within those couple of days, she calls you first or texts you first. And by the way, that's very likely because right now you set yourself apart from other guys and you're making her intrigued. But even if she doesn't contact you, you contact her, you go on the phone with her for no more than 20 minutes, and then you set up the date and then you back the fuck off. But make sure you do this too. You get her to agree to going on a date with you at a location that's a little closer to your house than hers. Why? Because this is making the domino effect more powerful and more effective. You're getting her to say yes to more and more things so that ultimately you teach her to comply with you and to get with your program instead of just being a hard ass and giving you a headache 24/7 who's just not willing to budge. You don't want to deal with girls like that. But when you do, and then more than likely she's going to agree to coming closer to you than her, that's when the domino effect is going to really start to work. And remember guys, the more times she says yes, the more likely she is to say yes to future things and bigger things, because now it's like a flow that she's used to. It's like a chain reaction, remember. So guys, as long as your game is good and you've been following what I taught in this video and also other videos, and ideally of course one-on-one coaching sessions to really get your game tight, as long as you've been following that and you implement the domino effect method, eventually you'll see that it really works for you, and you could work wonders for doing this because you have a genuine connection with a woman and you really want to escalate things with her. And also guys, that example that I shared with you about saying would you rather for the game to play and having her come close to your house, those are just two examples. You don't exactly have to follow them to the T. The idea is you want genuine connection and you want to have fun with it. The whole idea is to have fun. You release stress and you make her feel closer to you. That's what fun does. Remember, you want to be happy. You want to be playful. You don't want to be serious all the time. And also guys, just to make sure that your game is tight and that you really know what you're talking about, by no means do you want to do this for manipulative purposes, but you want to do this because you want genuine rapport and connection to build, and that's going to work wonders for you if you implement it the right way. Because the last thing you want is a woman who won't budge and who's just going to give you a headache. Stay away from these types of women. Trust me, I've dealt with them before and they really suck the energy out of you. So just as a recap guys, an easy way to get a woman emotionally invested and emotionally attached is by utilizing the domino effect. The domino effect is basically a series of chain reactions which you can start by getting the girl to agree to do something that you want or just saying yes to something. And then obviously you want your game to be tight, you want to have fun with it, and you want to establish a genuine connection and rapport. And then after you do those things, you get her to invest in you more, complying to your wishes, being easygoing and not a hard ass. And then with time, obviously, you'll be able to tell and see if she really is a good compatibility for you. And then from there, you want to build more and more. So that's pretty much it, guys. If you like the video, make sure you smash that thumbs up button. And also don't forget to subscribe down below and hit the bell icons if you want consistent updates on content just like this. Go to my website for future coaching, www.dopelifecoaching.com. We have free consultations for first timers, so make sure you take advantage of that offer. That's pretty much it, man. I shall see you soon, and now go out there and kill it. Peace.